Look what we have here. 2 Series Gran Coupé. So I think all of you have seen how the car looks. Sorry for taking some time to do my review. It's in a darker shade of Nardo Grey. You know, the color that Audi popularized. Anyway, it's very sporty. This one is MSport's carbon fiber mirror caps. Rear spoiler over here. And these are very distinctive. Tail lamps, oh, with an MSport exhaust. I'm not sure if these come standard or you need to spec them. So far, only BMW and Akrapovic has carbon fiber covered exhaust tips. Right? It is a frameless car. I always believe that 4-door cars now should be frameless because it makes no sense to buy a 4-door practical car as opposed to a 4-door SUV nowadays. So if it's a sedan, low riding, it might as well be sporty. If not, there's no reason to buy one apart from an SUV. Alright, let's hop in. Rear seats look spacious. Ingress is a little bit of a struggle, but I can put my size 11.5 feet from the base of the rear seats to where the rails start. Curiously, this rail extends longer out to the back than this rail. I mean, why? It's a rail. You can't have one longer than the other. There's no reason for it to be here, apart from being a parts bin part, whereby this comes from another car that has a longer traveling. You see, there's the screws marks where it ends, and it doesn't make sense for this to extend all the way here as opposed to that. See that? Nevertheless, not everybody has a size 11.5 feet. HP, what's the size of your feet?
Same as you.
11.5.
That's 0.5.
Oh, 11.
Yeah.
Okay, you might fit. Alright, USB-C ports. And rear aircon vents. Headroom. I am touching. It's not just brushing. It's lodged. Okay, you get rear armrest. Typical BMW Group armrest. Alright, and you get some really nice ambient lighting emanating out of the inlays. Nice touch. Usual entry-level BMW material quality. You know, hard plastics here, hard plastics here. This is harder than this. This one is the you knock your knuckle, but your knuckle don't feel pain type. But this one is you knock your knuckle, your knuckles feel pain. Yeah. Lovely. Rear seats is a lot higher than the front, and visibility at the rear is very good. I think the packaging is well done because they employ the proven Japanese tactic of making the car really tall to increase interior room, which has been done by CTs, you know, Vios and all that. The doors could have opened a lot wider because this is a very short door. Look at that. It's a very small door. This angle of opening is not exactly enough. It could have, you know, opened just a little bit more, another 2-3 degrees would have been nice. And going in and out, my height, I'm 5'11". I'm gonna hit this. I need to dip my head, and still, it's okay. Better than my repeat. Okay. Typical BMW, you get a very proper sitting position when it's driving, and typical of BMWs of this segment, the seats are small. The seats. Okay, I can't make the seat wider, right? I don't think it's adjustable, right? Oh, it is. It is. It opens up now slightly. slightly. There's a little adjuster there, and yeah, it's alright. Very compact cabin. Nice. It's typical BMW. BMW no longer has an edge when it comes to interior material quality as compared to Mazda. Right? They no longer have the edge, but you have the typical BMW recipe. Nice chunky steering wheel, soft and squidgy, and a little bit too thick for women with smaller hands. Alright, nice quality steering wheel. This steering wheel construction is a lot better than the MSport 3-spoke steering wheel, which is now upgraded to this MSport 3-spoke steering wheel. This is a new one, not as sporty. Yeah, no. MSport everywhere but no pedal shifter, and there's a little screw behind for the pedal shifter. Why? And this dash looks horrible for a BMW. It's analog pretending to be digital. So the little needle is mounted behind this thing. Oh my god, I can touch the whole thing. There's no cover over it, so I can actually run my fingers on this thing. Alright, the needles are at the back. This is semi-transparent. The fonts are on top, so it gives you the illusion of a digital screen, which it is not. Alright, and this has got to be one of the tiniest new iDrive, which I don't have complaints, because the whole iDrive menu system is horizontally linear, and even if you give them screens that are taller in diameter, they just scale things up and not do anything with the remaining space. And it's not like if it is tall, you get to display the sat-nav that way, right? So this serves the same purpose as one that is larger, because that one just scales things up, that's it. And this size is enough, alright? All these familiar touches from the 3 series, the 8 series, you know, they're all there. This is still there. Look at that, run my fingers across. It's touch sensitive. And, oh, wireless charger. Interesting. And it fits. Does it? Barely. Do I have to slot it in? Is there like a stopper?
No,
oh, there is.
Yeah.
It's a rubber piece there. And that's it. Cannot be, right?
See your phone too big.
So there's a rubber here. And it's meant to be slanted. Do I need to press it to on it? Is it? Oh, now it's charging.
Try to pull it, but no.
How can that be?
Yep.
How can that be?
Just one piece.
There's a rubber there, right? Oh, there's a little notch there. Oh, it doesn't fit my phone. The little notch there blocks it.
I see.
So it doesn't fit a Note. Does it fit your phone?
No, never tried.
It's the same size one. Note 9, right?
Yeah.
Note 10, same size, cannot. This panel, familiar. Get an armrest. Alright, we're done with the interior. Well built as always. BMW, no sunglass holder. And you see when you're in this segment, yeah, they do that. Okay, this is just regular. Alright, let's go for the drive. Alright, like how a premium car should be, the steering wheel telescopes. And this is HP. HP Tan. Go like his channel. Alright, go subscribe to his channel. He does a lot of weird shit. Alright, how does it feel? Oh, okay, the undercarriage is typical of cars of this segment. You know, they send quite a bit of stuff into the cabin. No need.
No.
Oh, okay, thank you. Where's the engine start stop disable button?
I think I off it already.
Okay, it's off, huh? Yeah. Alright. Okay, the goal of this car is not to oh, what are they doing? They're taking pictures of their car? Selling or selling? Oh, they're selling the car. Oh, that's my neighbor. They're selling the E60. A single 6 number plate. Ah, they're selling it. Oh, they have the new 5. They have the X5. They have everything. Smart Tag. I got Smart Tag. This one.
Okay.
Ada. No. Sure got one. No. No, then it's here. Okay, it's here. Sorry. Paiseh. Yep. Can go behind. Yep. Okay. As a proposition for a first-time BMW buyer, yeah, you get all the BMW bits. You get some intentionally uglified BMW bits that you can't find in any other BMWs. I kind of wish they would have just,
Digital. Full digital.
digital or a normal BMW gauge. This is bad. This is like I don't know. This is like entry Japanese
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But there is some attempt to make it nicer compared to the 320i, the analog dial.
Yeah.
That one looks straight up year 2005.
Yeah.
2005 already got Lexus IS. That one is much better. Okay, in terms of fit and finish, it's really good. I think this fit and finish is even better than F30. Low spec F30, not a high spec for the leather bits and all that, but the fit and finish is there. BMW has caught up with Audi when it comes to fit and finish, but it's still no A3 level fit and finish. Is still not there. And what can we expect? I don't know. Stock speakers, BMW stock speakers has always been rather okay. They're not bad, Unlike the Burmester you get in C class, which is blah. Okay, the ride is busy, but my closest comparison is it's busier than the new CLA. You drove the CLA or not? No. It is busier than the new CLA. It's not as refined as the new CLA, but it's better than the previous CLA. And all of them cannot compete with the Audi A3 that came out in year 2014 or 13, No, it's not that level. But of course, this is M Sport. Maybe it has an M Sport suspension, and that's why it's more sporty and feels like a Mini. It feels like a Mini. It has that rather... feels like a Mini,
Like,
Yeah.
I know.
And how much is the price, do you know?
211367.
211,000. Well, we live in a world where the Mazda 3 is 160k. And what engine do we have here? This is a 1.5
3-cylinder. Yep. 140 PS.
140 PS.
200
Okay.
Newton meters.
Right. I think the soundproofing of all this on this car now is slightly better than that of what we experienced in the X1. The poverty spec X1. That one, you can hear the engine. This one is pretty well insulated.
Yep. Quite refined one.
It almost catch up to a Proton X50. Okay, X50 cabin is more refined, and X70 has. You know, my friend who drives a BMW X1, he told me recently he upgraded to a Proton X70. He was comparing like CRV, everything, and it's a car for his wife lah.
Yeah, man.
Right? They've driven the X1 for quite some time, and before the X1 they had the Volvo V40.
Oh.
And of course he also have a X6M, Range Rover, SVR, blah 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 blah. So these are the kind of people who would look past the badge, because they don't feel having a BMW or Mercedes badge is something premium, you know? They look at what you get actually. And he told me, oh, I upgraded to a Proton X70. See, the moment they sit into the car, right, that seat cannot be get. He couldn't get that kind of seat anywhere 300,000 below. No way. And which is a very true observation.
Yep.
That I think I remember when I reviewed the X70, I said the same thing. Below 300k, there's no such refinement, you know, because the X3 or the GLC are all 300 and above,
Yep.
right? Yeah. Anyway, comfortable apart from little things that got sent in from the road, but I can accept it in this segment, right? Because it is a small car as opposed to be slightly sportier, blah 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 blah, right? But I want to ask you a question.
Oh, please.
This for a Mini. You've driven a Mini, right?
Wow. Then of course, Mini.
Right. Mini feels more expensive inside. Feels more upmarket.
Yep.
Feels more special. And the difference with buying a Mini is that you are not telling people that you cannot afford another Mini. Right?
Yes.
When you buy this, you are spelling out loud with your single line tail lamp at the back far away visible that you cannot afford a 3 Series. Because this car, in terms of proposition, it is in every way, every dimension, a lesser version of a 3 Series, you know. Granted, I would say this is a much better proposition than the A-Class sedan, because the A-Class sedan just looks like a saga. It looks like a car, a normal car. This one, at least you have the frameless doors, you have that little angry face up front, you have a unique styling, I would say, when you're out there amongst the traffic with other cars. People won't mistake this car as a saga in front, you know. But the A-Class sedan gets that all the time. It gets that all the time. So, and I'm sure it drives well.
Sure. Yes.
I'm sure it drives well. The
Yeah.
one thing that you know a BMW gets right is the driving dynamics. And it's not just the handling, it's also how the car shifts its gears, how it drags at certain point, you know, how smooth it goes. This is one thing that can't be guaranteed with Mercedes-Benzes, right? Mercedes-Benz is a hit and miss, you know. Yeah, I think this is alright. At the end of the day, you cannot deny it has a premium badge. It has a BMW badge, right? And when you go service your car, when you sip your coffee, you'll be sitting next to someone who paid 1.5 million for his M8. That's what I'm saying. It is a premium badge, right? You get to sit next to the M8 guy when you service your car. And yeah. What else you get? Front wheel drive. I don't have a big complaint on this, to be honest. If they're able to squeeze out more room. But in terms of squeezing out more room, just like how Mazda loves to learn from BMW in you know, infotainment, layout of dash and all that, and the cramped cabin that BMW has in small cars, I think now that BMW uses front wheel drive in order to get more space, they should learn from Honda. They can get a very good lesson from Honda in terms of how car interior packaging was done, because nobody does it better than Honda, right? Honda is just, they're just able to squeeze more space. Right, like your Lexus, the rear seats. I never knew, you know your Lexus, the generation, right, that GS has almost the same rear legroom as your car.
Yeah, almost same.
Horrible. Horrible. That car is the size of my Toyota Crown, and the rear legroom is like an IS, which is almost non-existent, you know. Horrible. But are there little nuances that betray how this car attempts to be a premium car? I think it's mostly just the ride. So if BMW just put this car with MSport body kits, okay, I'm not sure, I did not check. I don't know whether it has. Does it have MSport suspension?
I just went through, it didn't say. Just adding the kit on it, body kit.
Please review.
Oh.
Why you all didn't review?
Yesterday.
And claim what?
Okay, yesterday we did. Then after done shooting.
Whoa! Yesterday you all did, after done shooting, review again
Yeah.
Oh, suspension is not MSport.
No.
Oh. Then it's a little bit busy, but it's not as busy as the 330i with MSport. It's livable, but it's busy. It's on the busy side, okay? But I have to say this: when you drive a Japanese car that is of this size, let's say a Honda City or a Toyota Vios, it will be somewhat like that. Smaller cars with shorter wheelbase reacts more to the road, so it's fine. Is it that has it crossed the middle spectrum towards the comfort side? Yes, it has, but it's far from being a very comfortable car. All right, it's not there yet. Morning traffic. I think this traffic is perfect to review cars like that. Power comes smoothly, and if I keep a little bit of a distance and give it a whack. Okay, so if you drive this car and a Golf TSI comes to your back, a Honda Civic comes to your back, you know, starts coming behind, you can forget about the virtues of what the BMW badge makes you believe, right? And you can use something that everybody says BMW owners do not know how to: putting your signal and get the hell out of their way, because your car is not as fast as theirs. Be it a Golf 1.4, a Jetta 1.4, or Civic 1.5, and we did not waste how to go there, right? Yeah. Anyway, let's make a U-turn first. It's nice to drive. It's a nice drive. It has the kind of feel whereby you just rummage through things, since it's already not that super comfortable, and you don't feel the heft of the car like pressing down on the suspension all the time. So you can just throw it into a corner, throw it into a U-turn, and it is a car that you can drive with not a lot of care, I would say. Like how you would with a Polo sedan. Yeah, it gives that sort of. Yeah, that's how it drives. And for the price, for the service network, for what BMW offers, is an okay buy. Right? It is an okay buy. It is a better buy than the A-Class sedan. And I don't think Audi sells the A3 anymore, but the A3 just looks too much like a V-dub. Yeah. So